Welcome back to the Watch Tower Film Podcast, the film review podcast on the Towercast Network. By Cinephiles, for Cinephiles. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back, and I think this episode's 191 or 192. I think it might be 192.
Man,
and
we're so close.
To what?
What?
Isn't that what you're going to talk about?
Yeah, thanks for ruining the bit.
Yeah, bro.
Go ahead.
You gotta let it.
Go ahead,
Shut
big
up,
time.
Mr. Pink.
Go ahead, big time.
Why am I Mr. Pink?
Why am I? I'm pink, bro.
Yeah, you are. He is, actually.
No.
I'm salmon, actually.
Mr. tried to be purple.
Oh, salmon? We're
Salmon?
back, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. We're back, and this being episode 192-ish, whatever we're at, we're approaching our 200th episode, which we're gonna do live at the Plaza Theater on
You
July
better
10th,
be there.
in conjunction with our 10-year celebration of Tower Productions. We're celebrating 10 years of making films in El Paso, and we're
All of
very,
them.
very happy about that. And
Absolutely.
there's gonna be a ton going on, and we're really excited for it. So
Come
it's
conjunct
free.
with us.
It's Friday night. It's from like 5 to 8. Come have a good time in downtown El Paso. Just hang out. There's going to be a cash bar where you can buy drinks and just drink while we're watching films and having
It's
fun together.
basically the Tower Film Festival.
Virtually, yeah, kind of is. It's pretty cool. We're going to
there
show
prizes?
some. No, never before the scene. Never before the scene. Never before seen films from Tower Productions. This is very
Never before
exciting.
the scene.
There's no prizes, but there's surprises.
Oh, hey! That's why he gets the big bucks.
Sorpresa.
That's why he's Mr. Pink. No, but we will do. There will be surprises. These films that we're going to screen at this event, you won't be able to screen them again virtually till probably September.
True.
At the El Paso Film Festival. So
Yep.
Until then, you have months before you can watch them again. So come check them out
See
July
him on
10th.
the big screen.
Yeah, the
I
biggest
can screen them whenever I want.
Well, you can.
You can, brother.
But not everybody's as privileged. Austin, thanks for making fun of everyone.
And who's that? Who's that? Introducing the people in the room.
This is a very good point. So please come join us July
Yes.
10th. It's going to be a lot of fun. We are continuing our directorial debut series today. We got 2 more slots. And
Well, one
please
more
make
after
sure
this.
one more after this. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Get us to where we need to go. There's been a lot more interaction. I'm very grateful for that. Like we
Yes.
have a lot of more views. I just got the analytics for last month. Man, you guys really liked what we put out last month, the party month and stuff. So thank you guys for checking that out.
Sweet,
And then going back to our old episodes, there's people commenting on our old episodes, which is really cool. So
Thank you for tuning
thank
in.
you guys for really
Absolutely.
tuning in. Tell your friends
Viewers
who love
like
movies.
you.
I like that somebody told us that. It was like, yeah, I throw your podcast on. I'm like cooking, and then every once in a while, I'm like not paying attention. Every once in a while, I have to be like, "Who said that? What?" Like it's cool. It's what we want.
Nice.
This
The
interaction. This
hell's
conversation.
interrupting my kung fu?
Yeah. So thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate that. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce everybody in the room.
No real names.
No real names. Oh man.
Come on, man. Get creative. Get creative.
No, I'm on the spot here. We got.
When you see Rick, what color do you see with?
Real names.
Damn it!
No.
We're fucked. That's
Oh,
it.
okay,
You know
fine.
where we are now.
Well, I'm Mr. White and he's Mr. Orange, I guess now.
Wait, why am I Mr. Takes it up the butt? Or why, why didn't I get a color?
That was 2 jobs ago.
That was 2 jobs ago. Mr. Doesn't take it up the butt was 2 jobs ago. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, but everybody got a color, and I got a whole sentence. I just think maybe we could have,
It's first.
Mr. Ricky Rodriguez, fellow writer director.
Damn.
Ricky Tan.
Hey, Rick, what
make
would
sure-
your name on the job be?
I would just be happy to be there.
Hey, happy to
Damn.
be
So,
there.
so you're the Ringo Starr of the Reservoir Dogs? Is that what you're saying? Like, you are the drummer. I mean, virtually.
I
this
love
makes
how
sense.
everybody would have a name like, it's Mr. Brown and Mr. White and all that. It's like, and this is Rick. He's really excited to be here. And
That's great.
honestly, great personality. We're just happy to have him here,
That's kind of like Rick's. Aside from him being a very talented storyteller, it's like I just like having Rick around. This is just a good feeling
Yes.
to have Rick around anywhere for anything we do.
I like that guy.
He's making sure he's fact checking for us. He's making sure we're doing our thing.
Thanks
Just
for all you do, Rick.
fact-checking?
Fat
a lot.
checking. Yeah, he's going around. He's
a
fat
lot.
checking. He's doing some shit. He's got a scale right in his back pocket.
Yep, it's a lot.
Mr. Austin T. Young, fellow producing editing perspective.
Austin, what would your job name be?
Mr. Shut the fuck up.
He'd be Mr. Green right now because he's wearing that Mexico jersey.
Hey, there was a win today.
There was a win.
It's a pretty good game.
Is the win gonna be like a retroactive win, like
Yes.
this episode?
Definitely.
But
Absolutely.
Yes,
as
it's
of,
not airing today. The law.
You
as
get
of
it.
the recording of today,
You
Yeah,
get
look
it.
at you getting how we
Yeah,
do these
bro.
things now. Look
Way
at
to
you.
just break the glass.
You carry the
Yeah,
one.
people think we're live now. They think we're at the tower office right now.
You're telling me my mom every time she watches this thing.
she thinks you're here.
Nah, I talked to her about it. Don't worry.
Okay, thanks, bud.
You know who else is wearing a Mexico jersey? We have a very special guest who just surprised us.
Yes.
Mr. Francisco
about talent.
Castañeda, fellow writer-director, whose film, very great film, is going to be screening on July 10th. So you better
Have
make
to
it
check
out.
it out.
Man. We're
Have to
very
check it
excited
out.
to screen that film amongst other films like Ricky's and mine.
So bold, I think he should be called Mr. French.
Mr. French.
Mr. French.
All right, I
French.
dig it. Why does everybody want to be white?
Because white's
Harvey
cool.
Keitel wasn't that cool. Like
He was good. He was good. He kept it all, man.
Mr. Jean-Eric Castro offering an acting perspective.
You know what? I don't tip.
Yeah, that's Castro's
You don't
personality,
receive
by the
or
way.
you don't
That's
give?
him.
I just
I
don't
saw
tip.
this man take money from a kid for candy.
Whoa, whoa,
I'm not
whoa, whoa,
bullshitting
wait,
you, okay? This kid came up to us at Applebee's and was like,
Let me
much for a
explain
career.
myself. Let me
and he's
explain
like, how much? It's like $4 or whatever. He's like, $4. Give me my fucking $1 back.
Don't get that shit off.
I saw this. This is his whole personality.
Yo, man. Don't ever scam a scammer, right? I'm just saying.
Wow.
Here's Mr. Pink.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Exactly,
Yeah,
bro.
Mr.
Hate the
Michael
teller.
Lau offering a cinematography perspective.
You
Yes.
saw it. So did I.
He likes you.
You got somebody screaming in the back.
Oh man.
Oh,
He
you
always
my,
has somebody screaming in
my fans.
yeah.
Nice. And who is you? Is
I'm your humble film servant, Carlos M. Torre, offering a Redneck perspective and wearing my Reservoir Dogs shirt because that's exactly what we're going to be talking about
So
today.
who are you, Mr. Brown?
No, Mr. Brow.
That's great. That's not bad. That's not bad. I
and
dig
nobody
it.
gave me a name. That's cool.
You gave yourself a name.
What's my name?
Put Mr. Put in the butt or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. Damn
no,
it.
that was one fucking. I'm just saying.
That was one night.
I'm just saying, everybody got a color. Like, you know, we don't have one color.
We're here to cover Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Dogs.
It was.
on-
What do you guys always say? It was written in.
oh yeah,
Quentin and Tarantino by Ridden Directino.
I love it.
That's the jam. I got my Mondo Steelbook here today. I love this Steelbook.
Of course.
This is a really good Steelbook. Like this shit's dope.
Oh wow!
Look at
The
this
fact
thing,
that it
man.
came out
So
of like
cool.
a clear
When
sleeve
they
too.
got there with this, so cool.
I'm jelly sandwich. That's actually cool.
So Reservoir Dogs.
That's awesome.
Who picked this? Austin, I think.
Yeah.
Austin, you get to decide who goes where.
Austin said,
All right, so Rick, I need you in the bathroom. You're gonna go downstairs. Francisco's
I
doing
ain't
this whole
never
thing by
seen that
himself.
before. I'm
"What do
trying
I,
to see
what
what
do I
that
get to
be.
do, Mr. Sir?"
Mr. Sir.
Mr. Singh, you stay right there looking pretty.
Hey. Oh, what was that line? Yeah, the bark one.
Oh yeah, you're gonna bark or you're gonna bite.
Yeah, there you go.
doggy. Quentin and Tarantino by Ridden Directino. I love that so much. I want that shirt.
Mr. Austin,
All
yeah.
right, who's going first? What are we doing?
All right, Mr. Brow.
Mr.
You never
Brown.
go first.
I never go first. That's true. I'll go first.
Mr. Brown.
What's the right
I
answer?
said Brow.
Are we doing like a comedy rating? No.
Are we doing a Tarantino rating?
How Tarantino is this
How
one?
Tarantino is this? I like that.
No.
In the spirit of directorial debuts, this before Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came around, Reservoir Dogs was my favorite Tarantino film. So this is up there for me, and it still holds up. I think this is one of Tarantino's most layered, character-driven films. I genuinely do think it is. It's up there, man. It's what it did for indie cinema, what it did for Tarantino, what it did. It changed the game. Changed the landscape of cinema for sure in a really special way. It's what he went through to make his films, his first couple films, and to sell his first script is what all filmmakers dream about. It's the story you hear about where you're like, that happened and then that happened? Yeah, it happened. And I heard like an indie filmmaker who's a friend of ours, who I won't call him out, but he's...
Oh, Brian?
He's very, yeah, Brian. He's a very respected dude. He's a good dude, and he said something to the effect of like, the days of someone writing you a check for your idea, they're gone, man. And as much as I don't want to admit it, it's true. I mean, it kind of is true. Like, but that's what happened to Quentin. It's such a cool story to get this thing made. So, I think I'm sitting at I'm gonna go with an 8.9. I'm at 8.9 for Reservoir Dogs.
I thought you were gonna go way lower.
No, I'm at an 8.9
Because we all know, historically.
I'm not the fondest of
He's
Tarantino.
not the fondest. It's
No.
all fun and
Give it an
games.
8.9?
8.9. Yeah, I think I'm at an 8.9. That's comfortable. It's undeniable what this guy did in this picture. I mean, I'm with it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
The low.
Well, I don't know.
No, I'll go next.
Cool.
The mic is yours.
The world is yours.
I don't think y'all are ready for this.
Okay, go for it.
No.
It's a dime
Really?
back
It's
salad.
a dime?
For me, it is.
It's a dime back Daryl?
Whoa, Black Betty.
It's a dime
For
back
me, it is.
Daryl. Wow. Damn. All right. Any reason why?
Damn, dude.
I think just the layers of it and how much is able to like show without showing anything.
For sure.
Yeah, complexities and stuff. But even like when it comes to Tarantino, it's my favorite Tarantino.
Still is.
Still is. Yeah.
I thought The Hateful Eight was your favorite.
No, it's 2,
That's 2.
and then probably Jackie Brown.
Still haven't seen it.
A lot
I
of
need to
people
rewatch
probably
it.
call me an idiot for saying that. But,
No. I need to rewatch it.
I'm not saying I'm gonna judge you, but
but like for
Back
me,
Daryl.
people are
like,
gonna judge you.
no, but like as an example for me, I think this goes in the capsule.
Wow. Interesting. I went to his gravesite in Dallas, Rick.
Really? That's awesome, man.
Sweet.
Yeah,
It's a dime. It's a dime o'clock.
Dang.
All right. That doesn't happen very often on this
Man,
podcast.
he
It's
really
okay.
dimed and dashed.
And for that terrible joke, Gasso, you're next.
Dude, I'm gonna go a little bit lower. I don't know if it's the day. I kind of struggled with it this time.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that person that cut me off in traffic. That
I'm very influenced by the day, you
It's
know.
the heat.
But yeah, I could see where like we'd like to say that you could see the blueprint towards Once Upon a Time, Pulp Fiction for sure. And I know that he gets a lot of like flack for his violence and his gore. I really loved it about this one for sure. And then character driven, everybody did a great job. I don't know what you
think
guys
so.
are hating on Harvey.
Buscemi,
I'm not
bro.
hating on Harvey, but I think Chris Penn, Buscemi, these guys, yeah, for sure.
I'm with you. Buscemi, I've only seen him, I think, because you said he met Adam Sandler, but he's such a good actor.
He's a damn
got
good actor.
range, man.
That's what I was telling Carlos. I
Damn
was like,
good
sometimes
actor.
I forget that Buscemi actually can.
Yeah,
act.
man.
Yeah.
Because whenever I see him, I just think Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi's incredible.
Fun fact, he used to be a fighter for
He did.
for New
In
York.
fact,
And then on 9/11, he went back,
Yes.
like to
Yeah.
his old troop to like go and
The
fucking.
hero.
Very respectable. So
Yeah, man.
yeah, I kind of
Fargo.
go.
Hero.
I go a little bit low, 8.5 for me.
Going down, Rick. 8.5. All right. All right. All right, Austin. Who's next?
Rick.
This one, I mean, I'm gonna go decently high. I'd say 9.1.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think because of what it. A lot of times you rate films higher, like Slacker and stuff like that. You rate it high because of what it meant for you at the time and what it did
Yeah.
at the time, and then cinema just kept going or your career kept going, whatever.
Right.
I think this one still holds up. I think for a lot of Tarantino fans, which I'm not the biggest
Right.
Tarantino fan, but
Right.
when we talked about this, but I think if this is your favorite Tarantino film as a fan,
Yeah.
I don't think you're crazy, and I think it still holds up to this day.
For
even
sure.
though, he's already at the end of his career. Yeah, I'd say 9.1 is good.
Vulture, I think it was Vulture magazine, deemed this the best independent film of all time. High praise.
wow.
All right. 9-1.
Francisco, you want to give any thoughts?
9.
9.
Why? Get close to the mic.
I think I like what Castro said. You see the blueprint of what he was going to become at some point, but you see all the Tarantino isms in his writing, which I loved in
Yeah,
this movie.
for sure.
And then I do think that like cinema catches up to you, and you take for granted certain scenes that are like amazing, like the scene of like the ear, obviously, and him coming out, and the trunk, the music.
The
kinda, like,
trunk
fading in
on
and out.
100%.
All of that, like we take for granted now, but at the time, contextually,
He was
that's
discovering
incredible
that.
filmmaking.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I give
That
it a
is true.
Right, I mean, he was stealing that, and then eventually it became his.
There you go. There you go.
All right, cool. So 9-1?
9.
9. 9. Flat 9.
A strong 9.
All right. Mr. DP.
That's all the ratings.
Yes.
So I think we can keep chatting about.
I left you last because this is your first time seeing it.
Yes.
It is my first time seeing
Which
it.
I can't believe.
Yeah, it's pretty well.
Long time caller, first time answered.
Yeah, we blocked your number. I don't know
There's
how
a
you got
reason
through.
for that, DeLong.
I unsubscribed. I don't understand why you're still getting
Unsubscribe.
caught.
I'm your friend. How do you unsubscribe?
There
Like,
was a button.
no. You know what? Carlos is the kind of guy that even though I'm a real person, he keeps texting me in all caps. Stop. It's like you've been unsubscribed. It's like, dude, you can't. I'm not a button. Yeah. I remember texting that to a real person one time. They're like, "Are you crazy?" And I'm like, "Maybe." And then like, it's in a winky face.
What's the correct answer?
Oh man, I think I want it to be. So I really haven't heard a lot of people talk about this film. I haven't heard the hype around it. I mean, I just think because I know it's on the list of films to watch.
Right.
And I know a lot of we talk about Tarantino being the cool director. A lot of people when they get into film school and everything, and they just want to it's oh, we're gonna show you this director, and you feel like, man, if that's what directors are, that's cool. I want to be that, sunglasses on and everything. So I don't know. I was ready to find, I guess, a similar. It's gonna sound weird, but a similar hate that I found towards Kill Bill, where it was oh man, does this guy know when to call it and stop referencing a bunch of things and all that? But I think this is so cool that you see those Tarantino-isms and you see him finding a voice, but also just being true to that voice, whatever that is. And
Sure.
I mean, I was noticing a lot during the the lighting of it. There's a Tarantino texture that you don't say that 3 times fast.
Tarantino texture, Tarantino texture, Tarantino texture.
Bam.
That wasn't fast. But when you look at the texture, these key lights that are on the side that are rimming them, and they always have this very clean look, the highlights around them.
There's a lot of beauty shots.
Yeah, and it's
A lot
really
of beauty
interesting.
lighting. A lot of Hollywood beauty lighting.
Yeah, it's super, super dynamic. I mean, a lot of proper hair lighting and all that kind of stuff. And
This is 1950s Hollywood star lighting.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But against a grit, it's almost I think Tarantino's a big fan of theater, and a lot of his films he'd wanted to turn into plays, to include The Hateful Eight and a bunch of other ones. But
yeah, look at the shadows that are on them.
But
I
this
mean,
is
when you go back, it's this proper.
it's like theater lighting.
Yeah,
It's very
proper theater. And you see that he magnifies it in his later films, and even really refines it when you get to something what is it called? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I mean, then when you see the moments, they feel so matured. But I think because of that, I'll probably go a 9.2. Just because I feel it's a very, very solid, I mean, if anybody had to say yeah, this is my first film out the gate, it's gosh, dang.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't feel it looks very gimmicky. It doesn't feel it looks we're trying to mimic a bunch of different things. Now I do know that I think I was reading a little bit that there is some controversy about the script, right?
in
what way?
terms of
That I think that somebody said that this was stolen off of an original I guess 50s film with
you
a
don't
similar.
say. Yeah, he has a film called The Professionals that is his favorite film of all time. One of his favorite films of all time. And a lot of that comes from this, or a lot of this comes from that, rather, from The Professionals, 1966, I think. And I can see the similarities, but I mean, it's the same thing of I think, like I said this last podcast, I think this is where filmmakers should explore. I think Tarantino just didn't he did the right thing by exploring and emulating in his early stages. I think he did the right thing in that.
Yeah.
Whether he grew out of that or didn't, I don't know. But I think for Reservoir Dogs it worked, and there's also so many different differences between that. This video is called Tarantino Steals from Other Filmmakers, Other Movies. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Look at that. Look at this. Easily.
I mean, Entourage calls him out.
City on Fire.
City on Fire. Yeah. I mean, yeah. No, but I will say, I think it's pretty great. The fact that he can spin this and have his own original take. I mean, before he did Reservoir Dogs, he very successfully sold a script called True Romance, and True Romance is interesting because it was directed by one of the Scott brothers. What's his name? Tony Scott, who was friends with Quentin, and he basically had both scripts. He had True Romance, he had Reservoir Dogs, and Tony Scott was like, "I got to direct Reservoir Dogs, dude. Let me do that." And Quentin's like, "You can have True Romance. I'm not gonna give this one up." And Quentin was gonna shoot it with $16,000, and then it became $30,000. And he was gonna shoot it in black and white with his friends, and he had already kind of successfully done that with a couple shorts. He knew what he was doing. He got the fee from selling True Romance and was like, I can make this film now. And then he also got paid for being an Elvis impersonator in The Golden Girls. So he kind of had a little cash. Yeah.
Is there video for
Oh
that?
yeah, absolutely, dude. Tarantino is an Elvis impersonator in The Golden
That
Girls.
dude just keeps getting crazier.
I watched Golden Girls. Y'all shut up.
Yeah, it's dope.
I saw it, dude, live. I was watching it. I was like, Wait, what the hell?
It's Quentin fucking Tarantino. Yeah, that's it right there.
That's crazy.
Whatever it takes.
But he got paid for that, and that helped him, give a little more cash to his film. So between all that, he met Lawrence Bender. Lawrence Bender ended up being his longtime producer, I think, up until Django. I think after Django, he stopped producing with him for some reason. But Lawrence Bender, they met each other, and they were homies. And Quentin was still working at a video store, Video Archives, and he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go gung ho." And Lawrence Bender was a producer / actor. And he was in an acting class, and his acting coach's wife was friends with Harvey Keitel. And Lawrence said, "Give me a month, man. Give me a month to find you real money for this thing because the script's too good.
Right.
Give me a month." And in that month, he got the script to Harvey Keitel. Harvey Keitel left a message on Quentin's answering machine and said, "Hey, dude, not only do I want to star in this, but I want to produce it. Like, let's do this the right way." And because of the attachment of Harvey Keitel, he ended up getting $1.5 million to make this.
Oh, man.
From a $30,000 budget that he was just going to self-finance to $1.5 million.
And then
It shows.
And it shows, yeah. I mean, it's all there. And, you go from that to, like, Quentin and Lawrence Bender very famously joke around that they were the most inexperienced people on this set. Like, because they had never been on the set, at least not this big. So, like, he's like, Quentin's like, it became real for me when the production trucks started arriving.
Oh shit, yeah.
That's when it became real for me. Like he grew up in Hollywood. If you guys don't know, Quentin Tarantino grew up in Hollywood.
Yeah.
So like he saw production trucks all over his city all the time, and this was like, oh, these are for me. These are for my film. Like, holy shit, I'm a director now. And it's a kind of special deal to go through that process and to out the gate come out with a pretty good film in the end.
Another reason why I kind of give it a little
Lower.
score, is I think it's a little bit more of like style over substance.
Really?
Yes.
I think this is one of Tarantino's that's the opposite.
Yeah, I agree.
I think there's more substance. I mean, there's definitely a ton of style, but
Yeah,
I
but-
think there's more substance in this than a bunch of other films that he's done.
Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, there's more substance in this than Pulp Fiction. I can easily say that. To me, there's more substance in this. There's more characters. There's more layers in this picture, despite the fact that it's
I
also.
think when it comes to substance,
But it's like
this
almost
was
like a whodunit. Like you don't get the full story until.
but
like getting back to substance.
You don't get that in Pulp Fiction either.
I was gonna say I think this is one that you get the most substance from Tarantino up until Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I mean, Hateful Eight's got some of that too. Django Unchained's got some of that too. But I genuinely think this, to have Mr. Orange specifically, I always feel for that character. I always feel for that character and for Keitel's character. And I think Keitel's character having Mr. White having this like existential crisis almost, or like this aging thing where now he has pity for this kid and feels guilt for not really looking after him and that kind of thing. I think
also
there's a
in
lot
all
more
of the
layers.
dialogue, the way he's always referring to him as like, I was with this kid.
Yeah.
This kid didn't
Took
do
a
anything
bullet.
wrong and all that kind of stuff. And
So that's what it was. You think like I haven't seen this movie in a long time, so you think it was like an internal crisis? Like
Yes, absolutely. I think there's a
'Cause I
lot of
thought it was too
subtext. I think
fast of how
I think the problem is it doesn't follow one character, and that's why we don't read the substance immediately. right?
Exactly.
But if we pay attention to the subtext, I think each of these characters, like Madsen's character, just getting out of prison, and him taking the rap for Joe. All of that is subtext in the dialogue, right? But you
Yeah.
start piecing it together, like, okay, these
even
guys.
somebody like Mr. Pink, I mean, you really don't get a lot of like context about him as the film like progresses on, because he's just the scared shitless character.
Yeah.
But at the very beginning, that whole even like monologue of like I don't tip and all that kind of stuff, you see that he's a guy who has something to prove. And
not
even
just
when,
something to prove, but I do think that he's coming off experience. I do think he's coming off of like actually paying attention to what he's getting himself into. Where I think Keitel's character is probably not learning that till much later in life. Like they're both in the same gig, but they're both kind of equals. Like they're both intensely in the same position in this. Like we should have been smarter. Like we should have picked up on a lot of shit, and we should have just walked away from this. I think that's pretty cool.
I only mean because when he talks about like the whole like, even though they say don't talk about your personal life and everything, it's funny that out of all the characters, the one that we do get a little bit more insight on his past is Pink, where he says, "Hey, I worked jobs like this, and I got paid minimum wage, and then I knew how to like build my way up and all that. So I'm not gonna go and like throw these pity dollars like, oh, this person deserves the money, but this person doesn't. And that's so indicative of also him as like a thief. It's like, oh, so you're saying these people deserve all the wealth in the world, but I don't for no reason other than like I'm me. And that's indicative of like then later on, like it makes sense that then he was the stash guy. He's the guy who had the diamond to the very end. He's like, hey, I know nobody took it because I still have it. And he had the integrity of being a professional and saying, yeah, I had it and I'm here at the stash house because we agreed to that. And that's what a professional does. Yep. Very interesting character because I feel like I'm used to Buscemi being, I guess, kind of like, not the screw up, but like I'm more fidgety. And I think here, much like you're saying, the only fidget comes from the fact of like, man, our guys are gone and this is fucked up and like, what do we do now?
We're going to get snitched on. The cops are coming right now.
But,
like we know how this goes.
Yeah.
He's able to like decipher the entire thing. He's able to like come with a plan. I've been thinking about it, man. We got set up. We got this. There's this.
And how long can we stay here? Yeah. And even at the very end saying like, I know that they're coming and us staying here is not the best thing. So if you want to get out of this, okay, we got to leave now. But then what happens? He leaves later and you hear the cops in the background. So, I mean,
there's also a question of integrity on White's character in that scenario because he's saying, like, ditch the fucking guy. Tough shit. He had bad luck. And Keitel's character's like, no, like, he'll die if we don't get medical attention. And I don't want that. And there is a back and forth. As like, even just those two characters alone, if that film was about those two alone, this thing would have been good.
I love the ending, right? Because he finds out he's the one that kind of backstabbed him, and then we don't know if he really pulled the trigger.
Oh, I love that scene. That scene of like just him crying over it. Him be like, I just vouched for you. I just killed someone for you. I just got shot over you.
Yeah.
And you're telling me I was wrong. Like, you're telling me they were right. You're a fucking cop. It's really cool. I will say, too, by the way, Mr. Blues is such an interesting character because Quentin just wanted to give him more lines because of where his background is. Mr. Blue, you might know him from a few con films. He was even in like Longest Yard as the old man that's like half a star. That's Mr. Blue.
Oh.
You remember Half a Star? The guy that like breaks in to see for them to get on the computer. That old man.
Oh, wow, yes.
That's Mr. Blue.
Yes.
So Edward Bunker is a career criminal. Like, he was a consultant on the film Heat because that's kind of about him. Like, it's John Voight's character in Heat. It's based on Edward Bunker, like the person. So, like, to have him in Reservoir Dogs be a professional criminal when he, like, that's where he comes from and he can kind of, like, really bring some authenticity to this role.
Yeah. The icing on the cake for sure.
There's a lot of those subtleties that I think Quentin was very, very meticulous about, which kind of blows my hair back because when you read about the making of this film was in such disarray, specifically the script. Like, there's a lot of, like, if you read, like, oh, Mr. White used to say this and Mr. Pink used to do that. And this actor was originally going to play Mr. Pink and Mr. White. He auditioned for Mr. White. Like, there was a whole smorgasbord on what this thing was going to be. And for Quentin to finally hunker down as a director and be like, no, I kind of want what I want out of this. Like, for instance, the tipping conversation. That in the script, the original script, was Mr. White not wanting the tip.
Harvey Keitel.
Yeah.
But then Mr. White later on being the good guy.
Exactly. Being the guy with more integrity.
Yeah.
He's going to defend the waitress, right?
Exactly.
Whereas this guy's still got a chip on his shoulder. He's young. He's like, no, I know what I know. And
what a strong conversation.
Yes, I'm actually now thinking about this little
honor amongst thieves.
Yeah.
And then the old guy's like, come on, just tip.
Just, I don't give a shit. Just give me $1. I paid for your meal.
Yeah.
But I think this is what really made Quentin in terms of being a good dialogue writer, like showing the world, like, hey, I'll keep your attention. Just watch. Just stick around.
It's a little rough around the edges with the dialogue,
you think so?
but you could see it. You could see where he's going with it.
Carlos, you bring up dialogue, but you always talk about how Quinn's dialogue is always just terrible. Where does this sit on his?
You know what? I've analyzed Quentin a lot more over the years. Where I think my problem with him has always been like, dude, the dialogue's like too on the nose. But what I think I haven't accepted about Quentin until recently is that he's very well aware that he's making a movie. He knows he's making a movie, and he wants it to feel like a movie. Like he wants it to feel like the reason you go to the movies, or when you catch something on cable that's like, I'm trying to think of what's the film with Steve McQueen, where he frees the concentrator, The Great Escape. He's wanting to make those kinds of films. He's wanting to make the serials and the films that caught his attention as a kid. And they're very, like, again, we make fun of 1950s and 60s dialogue, 40s, 50s, and 60s dialogue because it's Pan American accent, and it's not realistic, and it's very filmy, and it's very Hollywoody, and that's what he wanted. And I think the if I come to accept that, I know why his dialogue sounds not how I'd prefer it.
Right.
It's not a realism thing. It's a movie, and I think that's pretty cool. And in the case of Reservoir Dogs, we threw around the word blueprint a lot. If you visit any one of Quentin's films, specifically the ones he made directly after this, you have these dudes, Honor Amongst Thieves, or people who are not great morally, having these schmojo conversations.
Right.
And that's so fascinating. Like to peek behind the curtain of like the dude that stole the Hope Diamond, what was he having for breakfast? And what was he talking to his wife about that morning? Like it's a pretty cool thing. And I think even like Eric Sanchez, who's a massive Quentin Tarantino fan, that's what he loves about him the most, is like, oh, the two dudes are about to sacrifice a goat in the desert. What are they talking about before they what are they talking about on the way to the desert?
Yeah.
And that's something that Quentin has mastered. And he makes it very filmy. It's a movie. And even as anybody, like right now, we're just seeing scenes from The Hateful Eight. These guys aren't real, but they're fun and they're cool and they're entertaining. And
well, let me ask you a question.
You know, it's hard to do. I'll give them that.
Since everybody, like the whole cast, did great performances, you think that has to do a lot with them having enough dialogue to get the characters out? Not, you don't get the whole character's backstory, right? But enough to, to at least see them perform.
I think so. I think there's a lot of,
like,
look, mind you, this is a 99-minute film, and you're packing a lot into 90 minutes, specifically a lot of dialogue. But because we show, don't tell, or like rather we tell, don't show,
right? You
have to do that. And it's hard to do that in story, to not show you the bank heist that we just went through, but to tell you everything that went wrong and make it interesting. That's why I think Reservoir Dogs could very well be a play. Easily could be a very entertaining 3-hour play even. Like this thing could be really good.
And it has like these textbook definition moments for me that I feel like that's why I can maybe agree towards it going in the like the time capsule. Yeah, because like when they talk about screenwriting and they talk about hooks and they talk about the very beginning, you need to be getting your audience in and all that kind of stuff. They're always going to be referencing the fact that in this film, like that opener where dude's bleeding out and like they're jumping in and they're doing the heist, but then this guy's like freaking out and the other guy's just trying to like calm down and all this kind of stuff. Like this whole thing, it communicates so much. You're so hooked in. You're trying to like figure it out, but there's too much like visually going on, but then the dialogue's really punchy that you're going to keep reverting back to those moments, and for that to be the anchor that then later on, I mean, this guy breaking down and being like, no, I was a cop. It's all because it ties back into this, and it makes it such a punchy...
There's a sympathy thing, there's an empathy thing, and I think the thieves having breakfast and having a normal Joe conversation is even that much more fascinating, because then you have to ask yourself, well, when shit goes south, what are they asking themselves? Most of these guys have cold hearts and don't give a shit and will dump this guy on the next corner as long as they can be scot-free.
Yeah.
And that's not quite what we're going for. That's why I say there's more layers to this, because now we're seeing Keitel like, I got to comfort this kid because I know he's going to die. I'm telling him he's not going to die, but I know he's going to die.
And even kind of like sings like you're going to be all right, but like to almost like dealing with a kid, you're just trying to make him feel better, and then later on he says, hey, you're doing the Lord's work, and like I know this, and I know that I'm gonna die and all that kind of stuff. But
this is also, it seems like this is where Quentin fell in love with nonlinear storytelling, right? This is really where he kind of started sharpening that knife of like, I'm gonna jump around between timelines, and it feels pretty cohesive. It feels a little more cohesive than Pulp Fiction, but that's because Pulp Fiction he was trying to push the boundary a little bit, right?
I agree.
I think with this he's emulating shit that comes with nonlinear storytelling, but he's doing a damn fine job of it. And in order to be effective in his bookends, him in the car getting comforted to him comforting him despite the fact that he betrayed him, I think it's kind of hard to be effective in these bookends with just linear storytelling. I think bouncing back and forth is a really, really good idea. No, pretty good.
What did you think of what's his name? Michael Madsen.
You know what? I keep watching Michael Madsen act, and I'm like, dear God, is Michael Madsen a one-trick pony? Like, in every fucking film, he's the same dude.
Good trick.
And I feel like
It's a
that's
good
him.
trick.
It's a good
great
trick.
trick. But God, he's look, and I will say, like, I can't take my eyes off of his
He
acting.
pulls it off.
But it's not the best acting in the world. But I can't, and maybe that's why he's cast, man. Like, I can't stop looking at this guy. I don't know why he's so fucking interesting. Like,
Well, he
Also-
definitely plays the cool, calm, collective psychopath.
yeah.
Castro and I were talking about how Always Sunny rips this scene, and
And I finally got to see it because I hadn't seen it in a while.
yeah.
Don't wonder. What does he say to the little leprechaun?
Oh, he's like,
I don't know if
you're a leprechaun or a little man, but what I do know is you're in the wrong basement or something like that. Like, and he's carrying like a razor blade
Yeah.
too, and he's got paint all over him.
It's one of those things, like, we recently covered Kill Bill on this podcast, and I just remember I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing, like...
Wait a minute, can you put the audio up on the fucking...
This is why I love it so much.
I'm gonna see if you bleed green.
Whoa, hey, what the hell is... What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
It looks like you've tied a little person to a chair and you're gonna torture him.
No, I've tied a leprechaun to a chair. And, yeah, I was gonna cut him to pieces.
Charlie, you been drinking straight paint?
Yeah.
Charlie, he's not a leprechaun. Do not hurt him. I repeat.
All right.
Yeah.
God, that's so good.
But yeah, I don't know. I see Michael Madsen, and I see, like, the exact same facial, like,
And everything he does,
It's
yeah.
that eyebrow raise, and then, well, yeah, like, he would have
And
been.
everything at his pace.
Michael Madsen would have killed in westerns back in the '60s. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, he would have been a good western villain, and he did do that for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I don't know if they cut out most of the scenes. I think they did, but Michael Madsen is a western villain in
Yeah.
the fake show that Leo's in. He would have been a damn good fake, like, western villain, man. Like, he's got the same, well, you shouldn't have been here, or whatever. It's the same fucking thing he does in every
But
film.
it's so good.
It's good. It's good. It's really good. It's very entertaining. I think about this scene. I think about the trailer scene in Kill Bill when the sister arrives. I think about the strip club scene in the
Yeah.
same film. Like, it's the same
He
fucking
just needs the hat.
conversation.
He just needs that hat.
It's so good, man. Yeah, the hat that pisses Quentin off.
Right.
Very cool. Also, to allude to that, Michael Madsen, the yellow car is his car. They didn't have enough money to get a car for his character, so he used his own car, and it's the same car from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh, wow.
Quentin kept it in his collection. No, I think he asked Michael for it. Like, he was like, "Hey, you still have that car? Can we borrow it for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?" And he just reused it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Madsen's cool, man. I dig Madsen. God, rest his soul. He just passed
Yeah.
away last year.
No way.
Yeah.
Chris Penn, too. I think he passed away like 2 years
That's
ago.
right. Chris Penn just passed.
Yeah.
But Madsen, what's a little disappointing, which I've always wanted to see, is everybody wanted to see. If people don't, I'm sure everybody knows at this point, especially if you're a cinephile, that Michael Madsen's character in this film, his real name is Vic Vega, right?
Yeah.
And his brother in the Tarantino universe is Vincent Vega from Pulp Fiction, right? Fuck. Yeah.
Oh.
John Travolta's
John
character.
Travolta,
They're
yeah.
brothers, and there's like Quentin's confirmed this. So much so that Quentin had written a V for Vegas script, a prequel to both of these films, where you see the two brothers in Amsterdam,
Oh,
which
man.
is where Vincent Vega came from, right in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, the Royal.
So
the
what do they call
Royale.
what was it, a Whopper over there?
They call it
with
Royale.
cheese.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like they were gonna do this V is for Vega film prequel, and then eventually Quentin's like, well, they just got too old to play these characters. I can't do a prequel if they're fucking 60.
Yeah.
And then that dream kind of ended when Michael Madsen died last year. Like, that's officially they'll never make that film again. But yeah,
Kind of a good
it's
thing.
a cool little thing to have Madsen be, I don't know, Tarantino's muse. I think it's a safe thing to call him that. Keitel's kind of his muse too. He brings these two back. Sam Jackson eventually became his muse. But there's so much, man. I think back to the. It's easy for me to think back to the filmmaker of it all, because Quentin is famously obsessed with Taxi Driver. Scorsese's his favorite director aside from Sergio Leone, and Taxi Driver is his obsession. Like, that's his favorite film of all time. And to have someone like Keitel plays the pimp in Taxi Driver, or have him in Mean Streets and be the lead in Mean Streets, and now he's the lead of your film.
Yeah.
That's such a cool filmmaker moment, man. It's such a cool filmmaker moment. Although it's not always a great thing. The guy who plays Lawrence Tierney was an asshole. The guy who plays Joe, the boss of the crew. Everybody hated him on set, man. So much so that Quentin fired him.
Just the grumpy old man.
On set. And then like a few days later, rehired him, Lawrence Tierney.
Just because he needed probably more scenes.
Dude, no, from the sounds of it, like especially like Madsen like almost beat the shit out of him. Because this dude kept getting so distracted and he just forget his lines.
Oof,
and that's like,
the worst.
Dude, like you're burning money right now. You're burning time. And people were so upset with him. So much so that there's a line in there where he says, I need you to be cool. Are you cool? That came because Madsen and Tierney were about to go to blows, and Tarantino was like, "Hey, man, I need you to be cool. Are you cool?" And it made it into the film.
Wow.
But yeah, Tierney was like, if you look up his filmography, he's had some pretty decent, things to him. He was remember, Quentin loves B movies and shit like that. So watching Tierney come out, it's like, holy shit! Like I want him in my movie, and then to have him and for him to be an asshole, it's kind of like we talked about with. Guy
Royal
who just
Tenenbaums?
died. Yeah, Royal Tenenbaums. And
Gene Hackman?
Gene Hackman being such a dick to Wes and that kind of thing. It's like, fuck, man. Like, is it the don't meet your heroes thing? Whereas Kevin Smith told us a great story. I don't remember if he did it on the podcast or later, but he told us this great story where Quentin loves these kinds of actors so much that, Kevin Smith had Michael Parks in one of his films. I forget which one. And Quentin was like obsessed with Michael Parks and like loved that he used Michael Parks in a Kevin Smith film. But it's that kind of thing, man, where like Quentin ended up using him in From Dusk Till Dawn and he's been in a bunch of films, but he was in Red State. He was in Red State, and that's the film that he told Kevin, like, holy shit, like Michael Parks, you got him? He's amazing, man. He's one of my favorite actors. And when have you... Huh?
Is he Bricktop?
In Red State?
No, in Snatch.
Oh, shit, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's a you question.
Yeah.
You two love Snatch.
It definitely looks like him.
Don't we all?
Maybe that's not him.
We all love Snatch, you're right.
No.
Yes, we do. To quote Quentin Tarantino, we love our pussy. Yes, we do. Is he?
I don't think so.
No, then yeah, it's definitely just a close.
Guy Ritchie's a British guy, right?
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
Let me tell you guys this story while he finds that. Because this was considered a low budget film, this film had no fucking promotion. So it bombed in the States. But it did well overseas. And it did so well in the UK specifically that it influenced so many filmmakers in the UK. Sound familiar?
Well, yeah, Rock and Roller. I mean, Rock and Roller is definitely.
Guy Ritchie was absolutely inspired by Reservoir Dogs specifically, but
100%.
Reservoir Dogs is like a huge deal overseas, specifically in the UK. It inspired so many filmmakers, and it did well over there. Like it actually made money for the production.
Sweet.
But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Anyways, Michael Parks. Yeah, Quentin loves these B actors, man, and I respect that about him. I respect that in his attempt to do things like Grindhouse and to do the A-list, I don't know if this makes sense, but the A-list B film.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to do Grindhouse and get Kurt fucking Russell, the A-list of A-listers. You know what I'm saying?
For a B movie
in a sense. So it's very cool what he's trying to do. It doesn't always succeed, but I think it's very cool what he's trying to do. By definition, something like Django Unchained is a B movie. You know what I mean? But to make it the A-list production, Hollywood production he made it, I don't know, it might work. It's like it's like growing up with your favorite films and be like, God, I wish that film had a better chance. And then saying like, well, maybe I can give it a better chance.
Yeah.
It's so cool, man. I do have to respect that about Quentin, to be like wanted to push the boundaries and break the rules a little bit, and remake a lot of the films he loved simply because he loved them and he wants the world to see them. I think it's very cool.
I just can't see that you guys put this one as like number 1 or 2.
I do. I mean, it was number 1 for the longest time.
Once Upon a Time.
The more I see Once Upon a Time, it's my one, dude. That film is masterful.
And then you got Django.
I love Django. Django's my 3.
Hateful Eight.
Hateful Eight's like my 5.
Yeah, see?
Maybe 5 or 6. But oh man, I mean, even Inglourious Bastards grew on me. I remember watching Inglourious Bastards. The first time I saw it, I was like, hey, top. Then I saw it again, and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking? This is pretty damn good.
From the first scene, dude. I mean, obviously.
I want to kill Hitler in the movie theater.
Did you hear about that story that he had the whole script? He just like, damn, I don't know how to kill Hitler.
Oh, yeah. And then he's like, oh.
Yeah,
dude. The
perfect way.
I think Reservoir Dogs is one of those things where it has a great story, not just in front of the camera, behind the camera, and it holds up extremely well. I think you guys might be right. I don't know if I'd put it in the vault, but you guys are right to put it in the vault because anybody watches this thing and knows American cinema. Like this is good American cinema.
And then performance wise, just come on, man, top notch.
Yeah.
And you have so much again to learn from. I mean, this to me feels like great training grounds for anybody who's learning about filmmaking.
Dude,
or just
I look at this set and I think we have that downstairs.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why.
But
all you need is a warehouse.
And then even going back to cinematography, I love this theater lighting concept because sure, you got some windows where you can play from practically.
Yeah.
But also just it shows the importance of texturing your background.
Yeah.
It could easily feel like a flat wall, but if you have a hue come in here with a little gap of darkness and all that kind of stuff and just kind of layer it correctly with a little slash going on the side, then you create this gritty texture that as they walk around, your eye naturally wants to focus in on them. And it's these little minutiae
nuances
that end up being very important and I mean very influential.
This might blow your mind, but if you guys don't know, this set, the Mr. Orange's apartment is on top of this. It's the same building, just the second floor. They dressed it up to be Mr. Orange's apartment because they had no budget, and now that's something we fucking do, man. It's the same place, we just dress it differently.
We did that for Jesse's film.
Yeah, genuinely, Jesse's for Francisco's. We've done that, and it's for yours. Fucking nightclub.
Yes, true.
I mean, dude, you kidding me?
A nightclub in the warehouse.
Yeah, dude, it's pretty wild, and it's very informative and very encouraging. And you're right. I think he was the cool thing about Quentin, the undeniable thing. Me and Ricky talk about this a lot, and I'll repeat it till my death. Me and Ricky are the Empire Magazine should pay us for how much we tell people about this fucking podcast.
Advertising like crazy.
Empire Magazine has this podcast, it's usually super long because they cover everything. But they had a very special edition of Empire podcast with Quentin Tarantino and Edgar Wright, who we're going to talk about next week.
Stay tuned.
Those two, for 3.5 hours, are talking about cinema. And boy, are they cinemaing out. These dudes are massively knowledgeable about cinema, more than I think a lot of people give them credit. Yeah, it's called A Celebration of Cinema, Edgar Wright and Quentin Tarantino in conversation.
Just geeking out about
Ricky
films.
always likes to say that the host, Chris, what's his name?
Chris Hansen.
Chris Hewitt or whatever. It's on the very bottom next to Quentin. Chris Hewitt. Chris Hewitt's the host. This is British. It's a British podcast. And he introduces them, and then you don't hear him again until he closes the podcast.
How you should.
It's pretty great, man. But they talk about everything, specifically British cinema.
I gotta check this out.
They get into everything, and then they very, very awesomely honor Scorsese as well, based on their conversations that they've had.
And why not Steven Spielberg?
They might, but they're both listen, we know cinema, and even Kevin said that both of those guys have made fun of Kevin for not knowing as much cinema as them. It's fucked up, but it's yeah, man, those two know their shit. But it's a cool conversation to understand that Quentin, above all, I have to respect above all, is a cinephile.
Yeah,
he's a cinephile, and it shows. It shows. He might have a specific taste in film, and he's never been apologetic about that. In fact, he's told you, hey, famous story from this film. They premiered it at Sundance, and during the first screening of Sundance, two things happened. The very first screening, he got up during the middle of the film and said, "Hey, stop it, because you guys are cutting off. It's not projected right.
Oh, shit.
You guys need to show it right." And he stopped the fucking film. And then, very famously, Wes Craven was at the screening. Wes Craven? No. Yes, Wes Craven. Wes Craven was at the screening. Wes Craven's known for creating Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street, Last House on the Left. I mean, this dude's a Scream. Wes Craven's a legend in the horror scope.
Right.
And he walked out of Reservoir Dogs because it was too gory.
Oh,
okay? Wes Craven famously was you're glorifying the violence. And Quentin's I understand it may not be your cup of tea. I don't know how the hell the guy who made Last House on the Left
exactly. I'm what?
Is saying it's too
This
gory.
is right up your alley.
But I think as Quentin's matured, he's understanding my shit's not your cup of tea, but it's my cup of tea. And I'm going to make my cup of tea, and I'm going to enjoy my cup of tea.
I forgot where I heard it from, but they talk about like blood in movies, and the notion that it's not really blood, it's red. You know, it's meant to signify a lot of things. And it was a prop master who was talking about like when you're making blood for like films, he will often change his recipe based on the film because you know if you want it to be this thick red, like almost like black blood where it's like coagulating and all that kind of stuff, and it looks just deep, like it feels like a deeper wound. Then you can do that, have it sludge out faster. But then some people really like this like bright, like when you look at the screen, you see this candy apple red, but it's because it's meant to stick out in your eye, like, oh, this guy's bleeding out.
Quentin,
especially with all the mute colors for sure.
Favorite story from Hollywood. I've told this story on the podcast before, but it was one of my favorite stories. And so much so that I want to make a short film about it. But Quentin's all-time favorite story of Hollywood is that Scorsese for Taxi Driver was given an X rating. And Scorsese stayed up all night doing coke and drinking with a gun in his hand. And he's like, I'm going to kill the fucking executive for not releasing my cut.
I remember this.
And that Spielberg was there. He's like, why don't we just desaturate the color, man? So he's like, Quentin's like, he went from a candy apple red in the blood to a burgundy.
That's
and that gave him his R rating. So he's very aware of what he's going to show. The blood in Reservoir Dogs is not the same blood in Django, for instance. I mean, he's very aware of what he's doing and what he wants to show.
And plus, I feel like, you know, I like the fact that when he knows it's going to be a close-up, as opposed to just, like, keeping them the way they are and all that kind of stuff, he, like, emphasized it. You could tell he went to the makeup person and was like, throw more on the floor or, you know, like, just dump a bucket around him. And then the guy with... go ahead.
You want to know something funny? The makeup guy for this film offered to do the makeup for free as long as Quentin directed a film of his.
Oh, whoa. That's kind of...
Or wrote a film of his. How does it go?
That's a little...
and Quentin committed to it. Quentin, what was it? Can you look up the makeup guy, Rick, of this film? He committed to doing the makeup for this film as long as the script he wrote, Quentin directed it or something like that. So they had a very interesting trade-off, and that's why this guy, who's kind of a legend, did the makeup for free.
Really?
It's kind of
there you go, Robert Kurtzman. Oh yeah, so he wrote From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, so he's like, if I do this for you for free, I'm gonna write a script and you have to like fucking help me make it. And sure enough, like Quentin helped. It was Robert Rodriguez's film ultimately, but.
It kind of reminds me of who's the actor that said, "I'll do it, but if you put me in the poster with," I forget who it was.
I don't know.
It was Star Wars or something like that.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. They was like, "I'll do it for free, but I gotta come out on the poster."
Oh, that's cool.
Oh no, it's that graffiti artist that he told Favreau like, you need to have like war graffiti up on the walls and stuff. And
is it the Asian guy with the long hair? Yeah.
Favreau like offered to pay him. He's like, no, I just want to be in it. Like,
yeah. He's in Star Wars. He's in The Mandalorian or whatever. Yeah, I know. I know the story. Okay.
No, there's another one where the actor just said, "I want to be," because it's like two famous actors. And he's like, "If I'm the third actor, that's my pay right there."
As I understand correctly, that guy's like Steve Aoki's cousin.
Oh wow!
Like actually, and he's like a famous artist and shit. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Was it like Drama and Entourage where he's like, picture the one sheet, my face sandwich between Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah, but listen, Reservoir Dogs is definitely worth the watch. You're gonna have a good time. It's
because it's 90. Fun, Janice.
Because it's so much fun, Jan.
Kasha, who would you have played?
Woo, that's the ultimate question. I love Harvey Keitel's character, but.
You look like a Mr. Pink.
Yeah, man, I was so impressed with Steve Buscemi, or also Chris Penn's.
Chris Penn was.
I love his dialogue at the end, like "Quit pointing the gun at my dad." Yeah. That intensity, I'm in love with that.
Who is he?
Chris Penn's he's a character actor,
and I think he has a famous brother too.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn.
Yeah, Sean Penn.
Is that Sean?
That's
Sean Penn's brother. Look at him. He looks like him. But he's one of the best character actors, I think, like genuine, especially in movies that aren't so known. Me and Castro, we were just talking about him. Like we know him from this and Rush Hour.
Yeah,
and in Rush Hour, he's like, "Hey,
the C4.
You know what this is?"
Yeah. You want to touch it? I don't want to touch it.
Dude, he's so good in that scene.
Yeah.
Chris Penn is good, man.
When he visits him at jail.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it.
You want a cookie? Retro King.
I know that maybe I'm like getting it wrong, but he's not the detective from Roger Rabbit, is he?
No. That's Dude, he's also a famous actor, and he's bald. Yeah, no.
Yeah, Chris Penn, man. Chris Penn's one of the good character actors. Who?
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
Bob Hoskins.
No, but look at his filmography. He was genuinely in a bunch of like B movies and stuff. He was in True Romance.
Of course.
But yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, so I'll probably go Mr. Pink.
Mr. Pink. Oh, he was in Rumblefish. Fuck yeah.
I gotta ask you guys, who would you guys like to like?
Play?
He's in Footloose.
Yeah. Whose shoes would you like to pick?
I was really fascinated at the layers of is it Mr. Orange who gets shot?
Yeah.
That guy. I feel what is it called? Tropic Thunder Syndrome, where he's a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude, and like I found that really fascinating because like even
Clip that.
the over dramatic kind of like I'm dying, man. Like what are you doing and all this kind of stuff, and then like later on being cool, it's like. I'm a cop too, you know, like, and then the backstory, the
context of the black dude, the guy who's training him being like, undercover cop's got to be Brando.
Yeah.
And that probably being cemented in his fucking head of like,
you gotta be the best actor of all time and all that kind of stuff. Like this backstory is so interesting.
It
and
is very fascinating. The comic book stuff.
I love the way he cuts where at first he's reciting and he's like, and what's my line? And then later on he's there sitting down telling it to the guy. Like,
it's a great juxtaposition.
Man, and what you do then? And it's like, oh well, let me tell you, I just played it cool and walked off. Like,
and think about the juxtaposition of them talking about comic books and how alter egos exist.
Oh wow!
Think about the alter ego factor.
But it's interesting because of all the comic book characters he has in the background. It's a Silver Surfer, and
Silver
I feel like
Surfer.
the Silver Surfer doesn't really hide behind anything, but he's true to the truth. You know, like
that's what his old motto is.
Yeah, I'm the surfer. That's his catchphrase, right?
Yeah, it's very cool. Again, it's very well crafted. I think Quentin must have spent a lot of time both on the script and like in just
I have to
really
talk
piecing
about
this thing together.
one of the scenes where I don't know.
Great scene.
De los.
I love this one.
Yes, that one.
Yes.
Or hold on, is it the one in the?
Safe to say, he also became Quentin's muse. He was in Pulp Fiction as Honey Bunny. He was in fucking Inglourious Basterds. He was in Hateful Eight. Yeah, safe to say, Tim Roth became Quentin's muse for sure.
True.
What were you gonna say though? Or?
No, yeah, this scene. Like, what do you think about the scene? Is it hard to pull off? Is it
mad intentional?
No, so
mad intentional.
I mean, for anybody who wants a kind of like technical breakdown, if you look at it, a lot of the light is coming from eye level, and it's just kind of going straight on. So what you do is that like these sharp corners, you're essentially trying to shoot the light straight at the actor. You cut off where it's going to be like over showing in the background.
Shadow. Right.
And then what you do is that you put it on this circular dolly, which we played with before, and just point the camera up so that way you're not going to be seeing the lights or anything.
It's a hero shot.
Yeah, it's a hero shot.
Hero shot, 100%.
What's really cool about it is that, again, it's doing it very intentionally where you're getting just a sliver of him being the hero for sure, but then also the cops looking up at him. And it does so much.
What's cool about this shot is that he's performing.
Oh,
this feels like slam poetry.
Like you said.
He's performative.
Rehearsed,
It's rehearsal. And then when they cut back to reality, it's like, dude, it's not that serious. Like, fuck off. But he's performing.
He's in
it. He's Laurence Olivier. Like, he's actually performing. It's very cool. Very intentional.
Also,
I dig
it's this
it.
weird kind of like, I guess, it's an interesting break because the guy tells them like, hey, when you're acting these scenes, you got to think about that like stall in the way corner that you didn't go into because it like had like shit smeared everywhere and all that kind of stuff. And it goes all the way from it's like you got to pretend it's there to then we're there. He's in that stall. He's going through the beats and all that kind of stuff. And I love the ramp up because then later on you get the character who's on the floor who needs to stick to his guns when it matters the most, which is, oh, he went crazy, that's why I shot him and all that kind of stuff. And then getting immediately afterwards asked, like, really? The guy who would be absolutely fine and we took care of him for all these years, that's the guy who turned on us?
Yeah.
So what really happened? Like, it's such...
like they call him on his shit. Yeah.
That's such a bang.
So cool. Reservoir Dogs, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Definitely one to watch. Definitely one to applaud. And yeah, I mean, listen, Quentin did grow. Ultimately, he grew as a filmmaker, and he had a damn good.
Even if you guys call it stealing, I call it homage.
No, and that's wrong too. But
it's homage.
I do think that he developed his style for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
There's no denying that for sure.
But it's we've been talking about directorial debuts and how what a defined voice.
Absolutely.
Is this the most polished?
I think so. I mean,
That
think
we've
about
seen?
it. Well, think about it, because when we talk about West and Bottle Rocket having 7 times the budget of this,
Was
literally-
I the weakest pick this month?
No, not in the slightest.
no.
But the
Last
point
one
is,
was-
like, this is why we're having this conversation. Is like directorial debuts. Somebody who has a $7 million budget and studio backing and promotion
Right.
and everything that didn't quite deliver compared to these, whereas the other two were like very interesting, personal film school films that, like, I think have a voice, where Reservoir Dogs is like that beautiful medium. It had a $1.5 million budget. It utilized it to a T.
That's a perfect way to say it.
And
Yeah.
the film is done extremely well, and it's going to go on to be one of the best films of all time for
Inspired
a lot
a lot,
of people.
for sure, 100.
And inspired a lot and did a lot for the indie scene. So I think it's pretty. This is like a great example of a great directorial debut that I think hits all the marks on both on budget and craftsmanship, execution.
Agreed.
I think it's good. Next week, ladies and gentlemen,
We
we're gonna
saved
talk
the
about,
best for last.
Yeah, Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead.
Sean Penn of the Dead.
Sean Penn of the
These
Dead.
guys are hating on me, but I know there's some people out there that love
one
it.
person's
hating
hating
on
on you.
you.
Yeah.
You're already like making our opinions for us.
Yeah.
He's the
Because I
guy
already
from
know
the
you
Adam-
guys.
He's the guy from
I
the
already
Adam
know
Sandler
what you guys
films.
are gonna say. It was fun. The script was fun. The plot was really
The old
fun.
mama was fun.
The director,
Hey,
this is the director you
he's the
respect.
guy from Little Nicky and all the Adam Sandler films. Yeah, Shaun of the Dead. We're going to talk about
Yes,
Edgar Wright's
tune in,
directorial
please.
debut, Simon Pegg.
I want to be Tarantino in a
I got a funny
Adam Sandler
anecdote
movie.
about that movie.
About what movie?
Sean did.
Okay, we'll save it for
Shall we
next
save
week.
it or do you want to?
No, I'm gonna save it.
All right.
All right, stay
Tune
tuned
in
for
for
that.
No. What did we watch?
I watched Hoppers.
I watched Hoppers too.
How was it?
It was fun.
It
you
was
hop?
fun.
It was cute. It was fun. Then I'll-
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
do you know what
That-
they call killing somebody in Hoppers?
Squishing.
Yeah.
Squishing.
Squish.
Squish.
Man,
Squish, squish,
Squish.
squish.
Squish. Squish. Squish.
you need to
I
watch
feel
it.
softer.
I watched Hoppers also. I watched 2 other films, 3
Wait, what did he watch Hoppers on?
at the Highbrow.
Didn't the Highbrow just get a huge upgrade?
It did, man.
Is that what you christened it with? Hoppers?
Yeah, like the soft opening was Hoppers.
The soft opening for that thing was
It was.
Hoppers?
Yeah, it was. Sorry, kid.
You didn't put on.
Wow.
What else did you watch?
I watched 2 other films. One of them is the high topic of conversation, which was Obsession.
Oh, I saw that too.
We saw Obsession
Look.
at the movies.
Before you say anything, I know you're not liking the director right now. Get past that. Get past that.
No, listen, I'm rooting for that kid, dude. It's so awesome.
Everybody
But I
is.
don't like how he's acting in interviews.
I know.
I don't.
Bro,
It ain't my jam.
He's getting a taste of Hollywood.
He's
Let
getting
him.
a little cocky. My dude is getting a little cocky.
Hey.
But no, he's saying the right things. He's just not looking right. he's got the shitty fucking pink glasses and
You never know,
the
man.
scarf. Fuck off.
You need some shade.
Just tell people what you're doing.
Hey, man, I want to work with you.
No, Curry Barker did an incredible job.
Really?
Yeah, he did. He did an incredible job, and there's a lot of backlash happening right now that isn't not necessarily his fault. Things of
And
like
it's not necessarily at him either.
it's not even necessarily at him, but like the art director got paid
Oh,
like
I have
$6
seen
grand.
that just 'cause it
the
did-
crew is complaining. This thing's on its way to 200 mil,
And now they want
and
him.
now they're like, "Yo, what the fuck?" But
And-
that's how the business is, man.
That's
And
okay.
And you know, I think that was a weird conversation I even had with like Meg recently because she was talking with like one of her friends also graduated in film, but saying like, well, you know, when you sign on for a gig, 90% of the time, a lot of these people who do these indies sign on for that rate. We all talk about those stories. I wore multiple hats,
Yeah.
and then what happens is that the film doesn't go anywhere, and we just talk about it being a gig. And we don't talk about it being like, hey, well, that guy got
Yeah.
all the success, and
he
we
got distribution on like Tubi. Why am I not getting
yeah,
it?
and
And-
the defense of all of that.
This is
it's-
fascinating. I really wanted to
yes.
hear you guys' take on
In the
this.
defense of all of that, listen, like the Curry Barker and his team of producers, they're the ones putting up with all the headaches, man.
Exactly.
Like they're the ones doing the fucking work.
That's where
you
I'm coming
sign
from.
on to the art director position, and then you work for 3 weeks, and then you fuck off to the next
It's
gig.
like
I agree.
in Entourage, I said, it's like I'm on this film for 2 years.
You hop onto a plane for something after 30 days, and that's true. And it's not to knock the art director. The industry is shifting into an artist equity model. That's what Ben Affleck and Matt Damon are trying to do, is that everybody gets a cut of this, and that's admirable.
Did they ever release the numbers for Air? Like what?
It did extremely well, and people got paid.
That's what I was about to ask, like what the crew.
It's a percentage. Each position is different.
He did the same thing for Air?
Yeah, Air was like their guinea pig.
Oh, I thought it was the
And it did well. Like, it did so well that all the crew got bonuses after they cleared their budget.
Well, maybe that's where obsession people are coming from.
That's where I was telling the law. It's like, I think in some scenario, there's 3 points to this, right? You get your budget to make the film. He got $750,000 to make this.
Exactly.
He made it with $750,000. That's fine.
$750,000 over 50 days.
Yeah, something like that.
Damn, how the fuck did he stretch
something like
exactly.
No, yeah, it was funky, but he got all
that math ain't math.
If you can fact check like how many shooting days did Obsession have?
You should only get like maybe 20 at most.
So $750,000. The film sells to Focus Features for $14 million.
Oh, I read the whole story behind that.
Sells for $14 million. That $14 million goes to whoever holds the rights.
Yes.
In this case, Curry Barker.
Yes.
Curry Barker has to pay his investors back. Right?
Right.
Investors get call it $1 million. They get $750,000 in their points. Call it $1 million. So if there's still $13 million to toss around, fuck whatever Focus makes. They put in the budget to make $200 million. Okay, that's their money. They paid their.
But one thing about them is that he turned down A24 because they're not global. And
Focus.
Oh, dude,
so
you gotta learn this
got
stuff,
global
people.
distribution. They were in the 24-hour bidding war with A24, Focus Features, and Neon. Okay.
And A24 is the one you want to work with, but he was smart enough to know.
He did. He eventually worked with them. He knew what he was doing. The next 2 films are A24 films. No. Focus Features, and then he's doing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre with A24. Right. So, but the interesting thing is, if we're at $234 million, that's Focus. You're done. But of the $13 million you have left, you pay your fucking crew. If you think they were underpaid, make it up to them on this one.
True.
Give them. You have $3 million to play with. Fuck it. Keep 10 and give $3 million to the rest of your crew, dude. Like,
do you agree, Delo? Because you work a lot of gigs behind, like.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I've been fortunate enough to play a lot of different positions. Like, I mean, I've done a lot of PAing, and I've done PAing for shows that have like gone on to like Netflix and HBO Max. I mean, like I was on Tex-Mex Motors, and for a little while, it was like one of the #1 shows, or I think it made it like to the top 5 shows in the nation.
And it was there for a couple weeks
and
too.
they talked about it, and you know, I'd never
You've worked on Lioness.
I've worked on Lioness, the one that just recently Linklater.
The Linklater thing on HBO.
The documentary on HBO.
Yeah, I was on that, and I've been on a couple of like good projects.
God Save Texas.
God Save Texas, and with all those projects, I've never once like looked at my rate or anything like that, and I got paid fairly for each of those. I will say I got paid fairly. Some of them I had to work harder than others. Other ones I didn't have to work like an inch.
That's the industry.
And the thing is, I never once was looking at those gigs and
I
being
never
like,
once paid for drugs.
Yeah, I never once paid for drugs, but I was never thinking like, oh, if this thing takes off, why didn't I get paid for all this kind of stuff? And
it's kind of ridiculous, man. Like
because you signed a contract, and that's the thing. That's why rates exist. That's why the whole notion of like, I'm not gonna jump on unless I feel the rate's fair.
Yeah, and most lifers in the industry, and we know this, they'll fight for their day rate even if they get $100 bumped, so that because they know that this is the end of it. Like, they're not going to give me money after this. I need to fight for my money now.
Oh, that is
Why don't you
true.
fight for your money now?
That is true.
And, like, I mean, another one. Like, I was a production assistant, El Paso unit, for One Battle After Another.
That's right.
But I never said, like, oh, you know.
If this thing wins Oscars, give me my fucking money, Paul.
Yeah,
No.
that was
Where's
me.
my statue?
Before I sign, where's my percentage?
I carried a case of water for you, you know.
And like
where's-
the art director sounds like she did more than she was asked to do because she wanted to, not because the production forced her to do
That's
it.
the thing. I
That's
feel like
indie, man. That's indie film.
We talk about that, especially like right now that we're gearing up to like shoot a feature. We're talking about we're gonna have to wear multiple hats. We're gonna try to bring on the right people who are okay with the rate, and that's what you do. Like especially with a like Obsession, you would tell everybody this is your rate. It's an indie film, first time feature director. Are you comfortable with it?
Yeah,
the people who sign on,
big.
They're like, yeah. sign me up for those dates. I'm okay with the rate. I know it's low, but I want to work on this. I'm going to have fun. And for a while, before the success came, a lot of people posted on social media because they promoted it and said like, oh yeah, I was a PA on this, or yeah, I helped to do this, or I helped to do that. And they were promoting the hell out of it, proud of their work, proud of everything. The second it made money, then everybody flips a switch. And I mean, it shows that there is a problem with the industry.
At the end of the day, like when you bring up like the production designer saying, oh, I did this, I did that. I think Jason's like a huge example. When they call him up, they're like, hey, can we use your truck to go do this or do that? And he was like, nope, I'm not
unless
doing
you're
that.
Gonna pay me for it.
Unless you're going to pay me for it.
Yeah, and that's what's fair, dude. And look, at the end of the day, it's a great rags to riches story to hear about Curry Barker succeed. It's cool. We're really rooting for that guy.
100%.
But it's not fair. The minute you get success to want to drag somebody down by saying I didn't get my piece of the pie, it's like, dude, that dude probably worked on that film for 4 years.
And
you know what the shitty part is? That production designer, somebody may see their work and be like, oh, they did great, but then they hear all the drama. And
and they're not going to want to hire that person again.
Yeah.
And I
it's
also
a
Your
funky
reputation
trade.
goes a long way.
She's speaking for the right thing, but there's a right way to go about it.
Yeah.
And maybe she's doing the right thing right now because this is Obsession's moment. She's not going to get a spotlight any other time. What she should have done, maybe, is gear Obsession to be like, hey, I'm the art director for that. You want to hire me?
Keep
making
it
a name, man. Utilize
it as leverage.
Utilize
a
this
lot
platform.
of people are doing that. The
Yes.
SFX team is doing that.
Dude.
The lighting team, camera team, and you know, it's also that thing where if nobody knew that this thing was gonna blow up the way it did.
Yeah.
Like obviously Iron Lung did very well because he brought over his fan base, and this guy was
Right.
like, like I remember seeing a Bad Idea like talk about
Yes.
like we're finally making a movie, like
Dude,
it's gonna come
so
out
cool.
and it's gonna be this little indie. And for a while I was like, well, if their indie ever comes out, I'll like go to a film festival and try to screen it. Like I never thought anything of it, but then when it blew up, I think that's where it's kind of like he didn't know it was going to turn into this, and then he's just riding the wave of like, whoa.
He's just trying to make his film, man. Like we get that, and you're just trying to ride the wave. It's a funky place to be in.
No, and I mean now it's even brought up conversations with us where it's kind of like we're making our film, but if let's say for some reason it explodes and becomes this thing, then I think the first kind of way to think back the crew, and I know Markiplier did it, is if it has box office success, then at least cover everybody their proper day rate and say like, hey, I know I said I could only pay you this at this time, but then now let me pay you as if you all were working the full union rate.
Yeah.
And that's just me saying thank you because it succeeded.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
And
I
again,
think that's good.
all these different conversations are different. Like Curry Barker's one of the last guys that is going to have success this way because the industry doesn't work like this anymore. The industry doesn't work with I go to Sundance and I premiere and then someone buys it. Like that doesn't really happen anymore. So Markiplier is a different thing because he used his own money. Like once he made his own money back, he didn't sell it to anybody.
Yeah.
That was his money.
He just threw it up on
He just threw it up his own, dude.
Smart guy, dude.
But Curry Barker's different. He sold a picture. He signed a contract. He received money, and he didn't receive $250. He received $14. Like, there's a lot to go into that. But that's a conversation for a different day.
He's 26.
Yeah.
If I give any 26-year-old $15 million, I'm pretty sure the first thing
you're gonna wear sunglasses.
He's gonna blow it on shitty pink glasses for interviews. Is what he's gonna do. Fuck off.
He's tasting
pissing me off. Anyways, we'll probably talk about Obsession more like during Halloween or something like that. The last thing I want to say, just like the last film,
comment, subscribe.
I know it got a lot of love, and I know I'm late to the game with this film. I want you guys to just go check it out if you haven't. I'm sure I'll bring it up. I finally got around to seeing The Station Agent, Peter Dinklage. This was like a Sundance baby. This was like a indie darling, and I heard about it a ton, and then I was on Criterion, and I saw this. This was the other christening.
Really?
Saw it on the same day as Hoppers.
2003?
Yeah, man. This was like, I've never seen Peter Dinklage in something better than this.
Really?
He's fucking incrable in this, dude.
Austin Miramax, family company.
Yeah, and Bobby Cannavale is fucking awesome.
I just saw him.
Michelle Williams is in this. The one that plays the love interest, the one on the left. Oh gosh, they're so good, man. This is such a good picture. I don't know why it's marketed like a fucking rom-com, but that's not what this film is.
What do I know her from?
Patricia Clarkson, dude. She's
Shutter
fucking.
Island, right?
Yeah. Oh, she's so good. Anyways, The Station Agent. I really highly recommend people go watch it. It's such a great picture.
Rating.
Oh God, man, it's up there for me. It's really good. I mean, it's got its issues. There's things I'd probably give it like a 9.
What?
No, that's
Wait
a
a
different film.
minute. Living in Oblivion.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd give this an 8.7.
8.7? Okay, that's still pretty high up there.
It's fucking good, man. But it's it's an indie. It had its problems, but it's really good. I highly recommend it. Station Agent. Anyways,
Nice.
next week, ladies and gentlemen,
Please join us.
please join us for Shaun of the Dead. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Whoa! Give me a little bit more. Shaun of the Dead.
I already
Shaun of the
gave it.
Dead. Shaun of the Dead.
Shaun of the Dead. Edgar Wright.
Tune in.
Tune in next week. Thank you for tuning into the Watch Our Film Podcast. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Love you guys.
Bye, everybody.